happy Monday, everyone, and welcome. Monday, February the 12th. It must be my time to do my Facebook Live, so hope some of you folks will be tuning in soon. It's Carolyne Rodrigues, and I'm coming to you live from beautiful Fort Myers, Florida. Hey, Casey, nice to see you. How does the lighting look, Casey? I got some new lighting. I got to get my tripod. I'm still working on getting everything set up. Hey, Arlene, how are you? I just played golf with, actually I went bike riding with Kathy yesterday. Debbie, beautiful Debbie. I just love that picture of you. You're just a bundle of energy. So lighting looks good. Awesome, guys. Awesome. Welcome, Cheryl. Nice to see you. Thank you, Debbie. Well, you know, you are such a beautiful soul, and I love watching your Facebook Lives because you're just a bundle of energy and, you know, so much heart. So thank you for what you bring into my life. All right, guys. So post a heart, post a like, post an emoji. How are you guys feeling today? How are you feeling today? And thank you for tuning in on this beautiful Monday from wherever you are. I hope the sun is shining, and I hope that however you're feeling that it's going in the right direction. So welcome, welcome, welcome. So just give people a few minutes to tune in. And yeah, let me know, how was your week? Hey, Gail, how are you? I love your post, Gail. You're one of the most creative people I know. Las Vegas, well, welcome. I know Gail's coming in from Ontario. I know the weather there. You guys are having a lot of snow this year, right? Lots of snow. Anyhow, I know your time is coming in the sun, Gail. It's coming. I know you set that intention there. All right, so I have a question for you guys. Hey, Celeste, how are you? How many of you love Mondays? How many of you love Mondays? Give me a thumbs up if you love Mondays. You see, I think that Mondays get a bad rap, which is why I choose to do my Facebook Lives on a Monday. You see, to me, Monday is a fresh start. It's an opportunity to either wipe out whatever happened last week that you didn't like, or to, as my friend Kevin Steele says, etch a sketch and get rid of all that bad stuff, and you have a fresh new slate to bring in whatever you want, right? So Mondays to me are like the golf shot. You guys know I love to golf, right? I golf. You find me on Tuesdays and Thursdays on the golf course. So I get out there. Monday in French means my day. I love it. Thank you, Celeste. Yeah, Monday is my day. My day to choose how I want my week to unfold. So let's talk about golf. Yeah, get back to this little squirrel moment there. So golfing, I get out there, I hit the ball. Hey, Herbie. And I have a great shot. And I have I'm just like, whoa, I parred the hole. And then I get on the next hole and it's like, the ball is skidding around the ground. It's like I'm playing hockey on the golf course. And like, what the heck happened? Well, I get to etch a sketch that hole and start over on the next hole, right? I get to design what I want to do instead of carrying all the yucky stuff from that bad hole. So my question to you guys and what I want to talk about today is, are you living a proactive or a reactive life? That was me, you guys. Let me just back up. Let me define what I mean by reactive. Reactive, that was me. I was in my 30s. I was like, I couldn't find anything, right? It's like, where are those car keys? Where are my reading glasses? Well, I didn't need reading glasses in my 30s. Where are my sunglasses, right? Where are my running shoes? I can't find my socks. Oh, and this is for my friend Melissa Orr. I saw her post. You put your phone on silent, and now it's like, where the heck is my phone? I'm always saying to my husband, Steve, can you help me find my phone? I need like idiot mittens for my phone because I was always putting my phone down somewhere and I couldn't find it. And so what is all this? What does all this add up to? It adds up to disorganization, an overwhelming feeling. Your life is just clogged up. And for me, it resulted in my being late all the time. So disorganized, right? So can't find things because I just come in the house and I throw something down. I didn't take the time to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to take these keys and I'm going to hang them up on the key ring at the door where I know I'm exiting out to my car, right? So my life was full of clutter everywhere. My office, my desk, my car, right? I wasn't as bad as I throw them. Some people throw their coffee cup in the back, but I'd have like a blanket in the back just in case I got cold. I had stuff that I left there that I didn't take out of the car. My bathroom, oh my goodness, you guys, who has the makeup graveyard? I think my friend Joanne Colhay talked about that. The makeup graveyard, right? You go out and you buy some makeup or you buy some shampoo and you come home and you open the door and, oh, guess what? There's 3 other bottles of shampoo in here. Hey, Elisa, how are you? Right? So where do you guys find that your life is just cluttered up? And as I mentioned, all of this clutter and disorganization resulted in me being late. And my being late was a message. I was saying, this is the message I was giving to the people that I had a meeting with, or that an event that I was attending. When I'm late, it's saying that I am more important than the time I agreed to meet with you. I am more important than that event that I committed to going to. And that spoke, you guys, to my integrity. And that would be telling people exactly, it told people something about me. And I realized that I needed to change this. And by my being surrounded by all this clutter, it was also giving my brain a message that I had too much in my life, and you guys know I'm a God-fearing woman. So what I'm saying to God is, I have too much, God. I don't need any more because my life is clogged up. And so the things that I desired, there was no room for them. So no room for that, the thing that I desired. So let me give you an example, right? My closet. I love to shop. Yes, I know some of you who loves to shop. Give me a thumbs up if you like to shop. Yeah, who doesn't love a new outfit, right? But here's what would happen. I'd go out shopping, I'd come back, and I've got the same black thing. I had 10 pairs of black pants or 10 black tops, and they all kind of looked the same. Why? Because my closet was so jammed up with stuff, I didn't know what I had, right? Some of you, I've been in your homes, your kitchen drawer, hello, if I'm going in there to find, a knife, and I can't find it because it's buried under tongs and vegetable peelers and this, and so you're going to find your vegetable peeler, and goodness knows you can't find it because it's just jammed in there. So you've got the graveyard of utensils and tools, right? Some of you, somebody I know very close to me asked me to help her organize her office. Actually, she didn't ask. We did an intervention because her office, when you walked in, it was like, whoa, hey DA, nice to see you. And I said, oh, do you have a desk? What kind of desk is it? Is it made out of wood? Is it made out of glass? Is it plastic? And the reason why I asked her, because I couldn't see. The desk was covered with paper. Some of you are paper junkies. Post-it notes. And I'm gonna give you an example. I kept a few of these. I like to recycle paper. So I take, things that I printed stuff off that I didn't know. And so I'd write stuff down like this. But what I do now is, after I write it down, I do something with it. Whereas before, I had tons of notes like this. I'm gonna give them in my prop drawer, and then a little basket, and I throw it all in there. And it's like, oh, and then I couldn't find what I wanted. Oh, what time was that meeting? Where am I supposed to be? So I'll give you some tips on what I do with that. So for some of you, it's your email. Some of you have, 50 million email messages in your inbox that you're going to get to. Yeah, anybody have that? All right, and sometimes when I go in there, I'm like, what? 1,000 messages. So every so often, I'm going to tell you what I do to clear that up. And some of you have a lot of clutter going on here, because that was me. My mind was full of thoughts all the time. But that's for another day, right? That's another topic, another day, another time. I'm going to talk to you about how you unclutter your mind. So what do we do about all of this, right? I've heard this saying, and I don't always get it right, so you guys can help me out here. Keep doing the same thing over and over and you get, keep doing the same thing over and over and expect a different result, right? Did I get that right? And what do they call that? When you keep doing the same thing over and over and then you're beating yourself up, I think they call that insanity, right? Well, whatever it is, that was my life. From my 30s to my 40s, I was like, I was always behind that eighth ball. I was supposed to be somewhere else and I was here. I was supposed to have got this done, but I didn't because I was always 2 steps behind where it was supposed to be, or whatever that saying is. So how do we go from being reactive to living a proactive life? Where do you start? Because people say to me, Carolyne, how do you do it? Where are your files? Where are your books? They walk into my office and there's hardly anything there. So here's what I want you to do. And so, Debbie, this will be for you. I got a neat little idea on how I can help you with your email. And some of you, I don't know what it is. So post in the chat there, or whatever you call this, a comment section, where it is that you find that you're overwhelmed or your life is full of clutter or you're like behind the 8 ball. So this is what I did. I just looked around. Where did I spend most of my time? Some of you spend most of your time in your kitchen. I spend a lot of my time in my office, right? I spend a lot of my time in the gym. Well, it's not too much clutter there because it's somebody else's gym. So I looked around my office and I was like, I don't even want to be here, right? So when you're looking around and that feeling comes to you and it's like, ooh, what bothers me the most? That's the place you want to start, right? So when people ask me, they'd say, Carolyne, what do you do? I'd say, well, I am a pilot. Yeah. Did you guys know that I was a pilot? Anybody know I was a pilot? It's a little joke, you guys. I was a pilot. I piled it here. I piled it there. I piled it there. I had little piles. I had big piles. And I didn't know where to start. So I decided I was going to just knock down those piles, right? So I spend 15 minutes every morning and I look around. Yeah, that's me, pilot. I look around and I say, all right, that has got to go. So if there's a stack that, it started out like this and now it's getting like this, I'm going to knock that down. Yeah, Linda, you know all about that, right? So I'm going to spend 15 minutes. Guys, what happens is when I started on this path to getting organized, I dive into one area and then next thing you know, I got photographs and now I'm looking at photographs and now I'm like distracted and I've gone down another rabbit hole and then it's like, oh, where did the time go? So I just stick to what it is I decided to do. I take those pieces of paper, if they're papers, I do whatever I need to do with them. I throw them away or I put them in a filing system or I put it into my computer. So I spend 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes in the evening. And yes, I set a timer, Debbie, but now I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at it because I'm in a stride. So why in the evening? Because when I show up in my office the next morning, I want to have that feeling that I'm ready to attack the day. So just spend 15 minutes. So if it's your kitchen drawer and you have a lot of utensils in there, take a look. Maybe there's things in there that you never use. And like, I found a rusted knife in there. I'm like, okay, I gotta get rid of this. I'm never gonna use that, right? So get rid of it, you guys. Get rid of it. Oops, I'm losing my notes here. Okay, so as I mentioned, that all of these things of how I was living this reactive life was making me late. Right? Because I couldn't find things, because I put things in the wrong place at the wrong time. So some of you may have seen my post. In Canada, we have this great store. I love it. It's called IKEA, and they make the most incredible products to help you organize your home, right? Gail loves IKEA. I've seen some of her stuff. She's got some beautiful stuff from IKEA. And so what I did was I got this storage system that had all these neat little doors and little drawers, and then some open-it cabinet areas where I could, show off some of my lovely things, pictures and what have you, because part of your environment is you want it to look nice. You want to feel good in there. So my IKEA storage system has doors so I can close them. Now, in the beginning, it was a little bit like that matchy-matchy game. I didn't know where anything was. But soon I got the hang of where I put things because I'm putting them in the same place all the time. Now, here's, all my closets are IKEA too. I love it. A filing system for my clothes. Hey, Danny, how are you? With see-through drawers so I can see what's in the drawer. So if you guys, I love IKEA. It's a promotion for IKEA. So Debbie, this is something I learned from one of our mentors, beautiful Kathy Coover, and also from Jack Canfield. I read his book, The Power of Focus, because my mind was like, it was like that little squirrel going everywhere, right? Got distracted easily. And so Jack, I got one idea from that book that has helped me so much. It's the 3 Ds. Do it, dump it, or delegate it. So when I see that email, Debbie, this is for you. When I see that email, I don't just glance at it and then go to the next email. I do something with it, right? I take some action, whatever. If it's asking me to send you something or give me a time or commit to an event, I take care of it right away. If it's, if it's somebody, I don't know, like all those promotional things, I put it into the junk section, so I dump it. And some of it is, I delegate it. I'm so grateful to have an amazing assistant. She's on the line, Casey. And so if it requires my schedule to be organized, because that's another thing, you've got somewhere to be, but you didn't write it down, and then you double booked yourself, right? And then again, that creates that overwhelm. So I copy Casey whenever I put something into my, I use Mac. So whenever I put anything into my Mac schedule, I'm now starting to tag her, so she now has a copy and she knows my schedule. So if you have an assistant, great. If you don't, you can send a notification to yourself so that you know you have this appointment coming up. It's really cool, you guys. So do it, dump it, or delegate it, and you'll find your life is that much freer, right? So have a place for things. I used to have birthday cards. I had them in this neat little file, and then I thought, no, I'm just going to put them in this drawer. And next thing you know, it's like, oh, then I had another drawer. Then I had a little box, and it was like, stop it. Just put it in the same place. So I have a little box for birthday cards. I even save my cards, you guys. For those of you who send me thank you cards, Kathy Coover taught me this. She said, save those beautiful cards that people take the time to send you. And when you're having one of those down moments, I pull those cards out and I read them. Cards of gratitude, cards of saying thank you. So for those of you who send them to me, I keep those. They mean a lot to me, right? Snail mail, I love it, right? So bills, oh my goodness, I used to be a person who hated bills, right? And it was like, oh, I'm not, just put it over there and I'll pay it later, right? And so the sooner you pay those bills and get them out of your way, you're creating a clearing for more money to come into your life, right? Do it, because I ran into a really big problem, you guys. I didn't pay my insurance bill. This was in my 30s, and then I had a car accident and I didn't pay my insurance. That was a costly mistake, right? Don't ever drive without insurance. Keys, have a little hanger right where, whatever door you go out of to your car, when you come in, put your keys on there. Because I have a habit, I have a keyless entry car. So I put the keys in my purse, and then my husband's looking for the keys. He goes, Carolyne, where are those keys? I'm like, oops. So I have to make a little mental note when I come in the house to hang my keys up so that, if my husband wants to drive that car, it's there for him, right? My gym clothes, okay, my running shoes, they're in the office. They were by the back door. They're out on the porch. And so when I'm ready to go to my class, I'm like, where's those running shoes? Where's my, right? Same thing. So now I have a place, the door I'm going out of, you can't go to your gym class in bare feet. So I put my running shoes by that door, right? And so, and again, those emails, get rid of those emails. You don't need all those emails hanging around. So part of my message here, and I mentioned to some groups that I'm in, is clear the clutter out of your life, you guys. just clear it out. If you have too many clothes, you can take them to the consignment store. But what I would encourage you to do, because not everybody can afford to give everything away, if you take them to those consignment stores, take 10% of whatever you get for your items and donate it to a charity, right? I take my clothes to places where women's shelters, where women who are trying to get back in the workplace. Some of my gala dresses that we've had the privilege to go to these amazing, amazing parties and events in my company. So if I've worn it one or two times and I don't want to wear it again, we have a great program in my neighborhood, and it's for the young women, high school students who are graduating, who don't have money to buy a prom dress. So I take my dresses, I take my shoes, I take my purses, I take my jewelry, and I give it to this organization, because I know I may not see that beautiful young woman in that dress, but I can envision it, and I know the joy it's going to bring that person. So if you've got too much of something, give it away, because whatever it is that's causing you grief because it's jammed in somewhere, it's going to bring joy to somebody else who's doing without. And I'll tell you, that's one of the best feelings that I've ever had. I collected a whole bunch of my winter clothes because I spend a lot of my time now in Florida, and I just need a few. I don't need as many. I don't need any ski stuff. So I collected all my winter clothes that I wasn't using, and my rule is if I haven't used it in a year, it needs to go out of the house. And I gave it all to the lady who does my gardening, and she was ecstatic. I gave it to her at Christmas time. So it didn't cost me anything. And I told her, Helen, these are things that I'm no longer using, and I want you to have them. And she just was like beside herself, right? So what I'm creating now is space for the things that I desire to come into my life, right? What is it you desire? You got to make space for that to come in. So your mind, remember I said that? Well, that's a topic I'm going to attack on another day. So guys, I'd love to hear some feedback. What did you like? What resonated with you that you're going to take on right away? Because one of the things that I also learn is I hear things, but I just file them away and I don't do anything with it. So I'd love to hear, or post, at the replay, or if you send this to somebody else, what is the thing that you're going to take on that's going to make your life easier, that's going to create that white space for you, so that when you walk into your living room, when you walk into your office, when you walk into your kitchen, when you walk into your bedroom, you just have this feeling of, it's so great to be here, right? So, Debbie, you're doing all of this in 15 minutes. So, yeah, whatever it is, pick one thing and just spend 15 minutes and do that, you guys. So, thank you for being with me live here on Facebook, Monday morning at noon Eastern time. And I trust that this has been of benefit to you, because the things that I bring you are the things that I've learned and where I've been in a place that hasn't worked for me and that is working for me. So Debbie's taking on emails. I don't know what the rest of you are taking on. So if you want to go from unproductive to productive, if you want to go from overwhelmed to calm, these are some of the things that have worked for me. If you love it and you know somebody, thank you, Lisa, magnificent ideas. Yeah, if you know somebody that's in a place where they're just feeling overwhelmed and life isn't working, feel free to share this Facebook post with them, because somebody shared some ideas with me which have helped me move my life and my business and my friendships and my relationships forward. So Linda, clearing out the files on a computer, good girl. Anyhow, guys, have a magnificent week. It's a beautiful Monday to create whatever it is you desire. And if you're listening to this in replay, remember to hashtag replay and let me know what you're taking on. So hey Lisa, we're just ending our Facebook Live, hon, but you can listen to it in replay. Have a magnificent week, everybody. Bye-bye.